From Fox 5 New York, this is Good Day Weekend.
Good morning and welcome to Good Day Weekend. It's Sunday, June 29th. I'm Lisa Evers in the Fox 5 newsroom. Thank you for joining us live on the Fox Local app. We begin with developing news. The Senate narrowly advances President Trump's signature Big Beautiful Bill. It cleared a procedural vote 51-49 late last night, but the vote was delayed several hours as party leaders addressed internal disputes. The bill includes tax cuts, funding to boost immigration enforcement, but also Medicaid cuts. The 940-page bill was released overnight. As a result, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer forced a full reading of the text, which could take hours. We're just hours away from the 52nd annual Pride Parade. More than 1 million spectators are expected to make their way to the Greenwich Village area later today. Festivities kick off at 26th Street and 5th Avenue at noon. The NYPD has increased security for the event, but says there are no credible threats. We'll have a full report on the Pride Parade later on the 6 o'clock news. And here's a look at your weekend weather. Today is going to be a hot one with temperatures around 90 degrees. Tonight, temps drop to the mid-70s. Tomorrow, we're in the mid-80s with a chance of rain in the evening. Well, a federal jury will begin deliberations tomorrow in the Sean Diddy Combs RICO sex trafficking case. Judge Zohran Mamdani says he will charge the jury in the morning. Once they have the legal guidelines, they will decide Combs' fate. If he's found guilty, he could spend the rest of his life behind bars. Here's what our special guest had to say on Friday night's episode of Street Soldiers on location at the Diddy trial.
In this case in particular, there were some witnesses who came in to testify. Their testimony wasn't that good. Right. So the prosecution may say, you know what, I don't think the jury is going to buy what they were saying, so I can't prove that element of this crime, so I'm just going to withdraw that crime to kind of save face, because I don't want to put everything in front of the jury and lose credibility.
Some of these substances, like MDMA that was referenced in the trial, will flood the body with oxytocin, which tells you I'm connected to this experience or this moment, and I love this moment or this person, even though it's artificial.
I think most people have a very strong opinion about him as a human being now at this point, regardless of whether he's found innocent or not guilty. I think opinions have been solidified.
We will have full coverage of the deliberations here on Fox Local and on Fox 5. Later today, I'll be doing a YouTube Live on the trial and what it's looking like for Combs on our Fox 5 NY YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe if you'd like to be notified when that happens. Now, Zohran Mamdani is taking his primary victory on the campaign trail. The Democratic mayoral candidate rallying in Harlem, speaking at a National Action Network event. Alongside Reverend Al Sharpton, and Fox 5's Meredith Gorman has his message about making the city affordable.
Zohran Mamdani went to Harlem on Saturday to speak at a National Action Network rally just days after he declared victory in New York City's Democratic primary race over former Governor Andrew Cuomo. The results from that ranked choice voting will be finalized in the coming days.
But what we have seen in the last 2 weeks is a hunger from New Yorkers to move beyond the days of museums and relics and make this city a living, breathing testament to what is possible.
Mamdani was joined on stage by Reverend Al Sharpton and spoke to the crowd, receiving a standing ovation by rally-goers who included filmmaker Spike Lee. Mamdani again vowed to help the working people if he's elected mayor.
We have seen the working people of this city weep. Weep at the cost of housing. Weep at the cost of childcare. At the cost of groceries. Weep even for the $2.90 for that Metro card. Though it may not seem like much, 1 in 5 New Yorkers cannot even afford that.
In November's election, Mayor Eric Adams plans to run for re-election as an independent candidate. Curtis Sliwa is running as a Republican, and Cuomo could still run. A deadline on Friday for Cuomo to drop out of the race passed. And despite losing to some of the city's most predominantly black neighborhoods in the primary, Mamdani gave hope to those at the rally during his visit.
It gave me a lot of hope because I live in Section 8, and Section 8, when I work in nursing, when you work in nursing in Section 8, because I retire, it's still expensive. It's still expensive in New York City. So I would like affordable rent, and that is what he's for. I would like to see our children do better.
If you're talking about helping the people, this is what the people need, because you're dealing with a situation, circumstances where people's living conditions is very adverse in general to what's going on, and the city is not livable.
Mamdani and Sharpton had a closed-door meeting at the end of the rally before emerging afterwards.
It was a very frank and candid conversation. Thank you.
Meredith Gorman, Fox 5 News.
As New York City celebrates Pride, some are saying recent decisions by the U.S. Supreme Court are setting the LGBTQ plus community back. Fox 5's Antoine Lewis has reaction from gay rights advocates.
This week marked the 10th anniversary of the Marriage Equality Act, the Supreme Court ruling that gave same-sex couples the right to legally get married in the United States, a landmark moment for gay rights. But for all the strides the High Court made in that ruling, some say the court appears to be taking steps backwards. Case in point, Friday's McMood versus Taylor decision, where the High Court ruled in favor of a group of parents in Maryland who argued that their inability to opt their children out of instruction involving storybooks with LGBTQ characters constituted a violation of their religious freedom under the First Amendment. Rich Ferraro, Chief Communications Officer with GLAAD, actually worked on 2 of the books referred to in the case.
The lawsuits and then the decisions made by 6 of the 9 justices, they're rooted in anti-gay animus.
The Supreme Court also upheld Tennessee's ban on gender-affirming care for transgender minors, which also drew strong reaction from gay rights advocates. Rachel Freed, executive director of the New York-based nonprofit Jewish Queer Youth, calls the decision a big setback.
And the messaging that we keep hearing over and over again is that we are taking away letters from the LGBTQAI+ acronym. We don't want you to be seen, heard.
But there are recent victories as well. On Friday, New York City Councilman Eric Botcher officiated the co-naming of West 47th Street and 8th Avenue in Hell's Kitchen after David Mixner, the gay rights activist who passed away in March of 2024.
He wanted this small piece of the city he loved to carry his name. And so, with deep gratitude, we fulfill that wish today. David, this is for you.
These rulings came as the nation's largest city gets ready to hold its annual Pride Parade in March. The theme this year is Rise Up, Pride and Protest, which is exactly what the activists say they'll continue to do.
So I do think that years from now, just like we found out in marriage equality, people will learn that whether it's book bans or health care for transgender youth, that all of the scare tactics and the misinformation around them are unfounded and unnecessary.
Antoine Lewis, Fox 5 News.
Many Americans are opting to stay in the U.S. this summer. In a new poll, Talker Research finds 4 in 10 people are thinking twice about traveling overseas due to safety concerns. 94% say they have traveled domestically in the last year, but just 28% say they've traveled internationally. Travel-related anxieties include current government policies, perceptions about American tourists, and the potential for travel delays or cancellations. We're getting into peak summer travel season, and if you're already stressing about the annual family trip, you're not alone. It can be like planning a military operation. Fox 5's Stephanie Bertini takes a look at how long parents need to recover from the family vacation.
Among all the families planning or currently on a summer vacation, this one from Oklahoma City. Hi. Mom, Dad, and the 3 kids are in New York City and then headed to a beach house in North Carolina, something especially Mom is looking forward to.
Mom's looking forward to the beach. The beach, yes.
Needed because the trip required a lot of preparing beforehand, she says.
A lot of sleepless nights before because of all the anxiety.
The whole trip about 3 weeks, Dad working remotely, so multitasking like many parents do.
There is no such thing as a break, your parents.
It's no secret that a vacation with the kids isn't really that relaxing.
When you have young children, taking a vacation is not a vacation. We need a vacation away from that vacation.
Parenting expert Liz Stern says parents should focus on everyone being truly present.
Take those phones and tablets away and listen to music. Tell stories, play games in the car. I know it sounds much easier for me to say this than to actually do it when the kids are screaming and they want their tablets, but unplug. The summer is the time to do it.
In a new study, parents reported it takes 2.5 days on average to recover from a family vacation. From tears to fussing, the study finds traveling with the children can be stressful for parents.
I think that you change your routine, you change your structure, and anytime that happens, it can be difficult for parents, it can be difficult for children. So you really want to plan ahead to make sure you're setting things up to be successful.
Psychologist Dr. Navasilton recommends planning for unexpected weather, fun games for the road if taking a road trip, and she says parents should think about giving their kids something to look forward to. As for this family, one thing's for certain.
So grateful.
I'm so grateful.
The kids are grateful and very excited to be in New York City on this family trip.
It's my favorite city.
I love it.
Stephanie Bertini, Fox 5 News.
Don't go away. We'll be right back. But first, here's a 7-day forecast for the week ahead. And here's a look at your weekend weather. Today is going to be a hot one with temperatures around 90 degrees. Tonight, temps drop to the mid-70s. Tomorrow, we're in the mid-80s with a chance of rain in the evening. This week on the 5 o'clock news, Dr. Jacob Kurgan with Maimonides Health joined us live to discuss a possible link between weight loss drugs and pancreatic issues, as well as the impact napping can have on your health.
Fox 5 Health News, UK health officials investigating blockbuster weight loss drugs and a possible link between injections and deadly pancreatic issues.
Joining us now is Dr. Jacob Kurgan with Maimonides Health. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us.
Good to be here in person.
Yeah, in person. I feel like everyone's on these weight loss drugs, so hearing a study like this is quite concerning.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard about these drugs, all the good, the bad, and the ugly, and this is a post-marketing study. So this is looking at patients who have been receiving these medications. They've been all over the news, as you know, and what they're finding is an apparent uptick in pancreatitis or inflammation of the pancreas. And the concern is that because they're so common, are we going to see this more? It is a known side effect. About 1% of patients are expected to get it. We're not sure if this is showing a much higher number than that or not. So it's something to keep an eye out.
Yeah. And you know if you have it, it's an unpleasant thing to get, right?
It's not subtle.
Yeah.
It's not subtle. It's one of the more severe abdominal pains you can get. Pancreas is this structure that nobody knows what it does. We do, but
yeah. I mean, it doesn't do a lot, right? But when it goes wrong, it hurts you, right?
When it goes wrong, it hurts. People are nauseous. They're vomiting. Almost always they're hospitalized because they're pretty severely ill. So they, how to prevent this? Is this cause and effect? Just losing weight with or without these medications we know is associated with pancreatitis. So it's not certain, but again, doing the due diligence of looking post-marketing, seeing what these popular drugs are going to
being cautious.
Out. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's talk about napping, because for many it's a guilty pleasure. It's a midday reset, but now researchers say this habit could be an indicator of serious health problems. Okay, I love to nap, but it could spell out trouble.
It's basically how long you nap, right, is the issue?
Yeah, so this is a study, again, where we see associations, but not necessarily causation. So in other words, we don't think napping causes you to have all these medical issues or that you're going to die because of it. But this was a big study out of Harvard. 86,000 people were looked at for like 8 or 9 years. What they found is that people who napped longer, more than half an hour, people that had really irregular napping schedules, one day nothing at all, one day a lot, and certain times of the day, they tended to have a higher mortality rate. Probably what this is indicating that they either are not sleeping well at night or they have other medical conditions which are causing these sort of napping irregularities. But you can continue to nap. Power nap, up to 30 minutes is probably not bad or maybe even good for you. So
yeah, I feel like there's been a wave of these new studies saying if you don't get deep sleep at night, that's the real problem.
Correct.
And that's what you got to be on the lookout for, and this could be a sign of that.
Yeah, and if your napping is really too much and later in the day, it disrupts your nighttime sleeping, your circadian rhythm is off, and we know how important sleep is.
There's a science to the nap. You have to be very specific.
Short but sweet, yeah.
Right.
All right, Dr. Kurgan, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with a look at what you missed this week on Good Day New York. And here's a look at your weekend weather. Today is going to be a hot one with temperatures around 90 degrees. Tonight, temps drop to the mid-70s. Tomorrow, we're in the mid-80s with a chance of rain in the evening. This week on Good Day New York, Governor's Island has an unusual set of gardeners. They are sheep, and they are spending their 5th and final season there. Crystal Young gives us a closer look at how this program works.
Good morning, and it is a good morning here on Governor's Island. It is warm and sunny, and I am surrounded by several very sweet sheep that love what I have in my hand. Now, let me tell you what I have in my hand. I have something that sheep love and humans not so much. It is Phragmites and mugwort. I feel like I'm in a Harry Potter movie. Okay. This really leafy piece, this is the mugwort. Okay. Ooh, yummy. So this is the 5th and final season that these fabulous sheep we'll be out here helping out Governor's Island and eating invasive species. I'm going to slide over to Melissa, who's the head gardener. Come with me, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Okay. Aggressive with it. Good morning.
Good morning, Crystal.
Okay, so let's talk about this program, why it's coming to an end, and these apparently very hungry sheep.
A very hungry sheep. Yes, well, they're doing a really lovely job of mowing down this area that we have that's pretty invaded by, yes, our species of mugwort and Phragmites and a couple others. And they are helping us clear the slate and making this a blank, lovely canvas for us to do restoration in the future, building up a native ecosystem.
Now, why is it coming to an end? Have they done their job? You know how people say, my work here is done.
Yes, they've done such a good job at clearing out the mugwort that we have asked them to, and clearly they love it. It's one of their favorite foods here.
Fabulous. You know, I met a few of these sheep their first year in 2021 in April when they first came, and it's nice to know that they have handled their business and they are heading back to a farm where? Where do they go back to?
Yes, they're going up towards Albany to the Friends of Tivoli. They're going to be taking care of them, the Friends of Tivoli Preserve.
All right, fabulous. Okay, so these sheep will stay for a little while longer, but they're wrapping things up, and Governor's Island will have less of this that humans have to deal with a little later on. I'm going to toss it back inside to both of you, Kurt and Rosanna. I might be having a little bit more fun than you, but I guess that depends on how you define fun. I'm having fun. I'll send it back.
We'll be right back with a look at what you missed this week on Good Night New York. But first, let's look at the weather for the week ahead. And here's a look at your weekend weather. Today is going to be a hot one with temperatures around 90 degrees. Tonight, temps drop to the mid-70s. Tomorrow, we're in the mid-80s with a chance of rain in the evening. With the 4th of July just days away, Crystal and Ryan had lifestyle expert Kathy Klon on Good Night New York to discuss some hacks you can use for the holiday.
We love having you here, as always, Kathy. Happy 4th to you.
And we love a good hack, so you have party hacks.
I love hacks.
4th of July party,
yes.
I do.
But
Very
one
cool.
of the easy hacks, this costs you probably almost nothing, a bandana table runner.
Yes.
Never heard of such. But I love it.
Instead of buying it, you can do the runner. You just tie them together.
Oh, wow.
You get them at the dollar store, and it looks chic, country chic.
Yes.
This is a tablecloth, guys. I stapled the bandanas together.
Come on. Like it.
You're a genius, baby.
I like it.
You could hot glue, fabric tape, whatever. But this, you can reuse.
It's so Americana. The red, white, and blue are the colors.
And it doesn't have to look neat, Crystal.
All right, I like it.
We'll keep it messy.
And it's inexpensive. And if someone spills something, you're like, okay, you just take off a bandana.
It's all good.
And if you're sweating, untie it and you can dab yourself.
Exactly. Now,
I like it.
Something else that's very Americana, you have mason jar lanterns.
Yes, the mason jar lanterns. So many people have those at home. You use sand and tea lights and you put them in the mason jar, and what happens is you can use them for the lighting when the sun sets. Total Instagram worthy.
That's awesome. You know what?
Hello.
And I love a mason jar. I have many sizes.
Probably
I
have
would
100.
never have thought of that.
Yep.
So, okay, I like that.
But next up, we're talking about a hot dog bar for the 4th of July.
No-brainer, Crystal, no-brainer. Skip the fancy food. You set up all the toppings in muffin tins from ketchup, peppers, onions, Doritos, Fritos. The sky is the limit. People make their own hot dogs. Vegetarians grill vegetables before, put it in the hot bun, and it's the same thing. They get the same experience. And it's so easy. Why do you want to cook and stand at the grill the whole time?
Well, that's part of the fun for us guys.
Oh my God! Oh, I know, because you want to mess up the barbecue.
I'm not messing up those limbs. Come on now. No.
Flip it 40 times when you need to flip it once. Maryland barbecue. Oh my God.
Well, let's move on. Let's talk about the red, white, and brew station.
Yes.
This is cool.
All right,
I can get into that.
If I could have carried this baby pool to this studio, I would have. You fill it with, you take balloons, red, white, and blue balloons. You fill it with water. I put them in the freezer, ice them. The next morning, put your drinks in the baby pool. You put the balloons there, and it serves as ice. And it looks so decorative.
That is genius.
Just don't throw the balloons. Anyway, don't throw them.
Do you jump in the kiddie pool after? Or does your husband? No.
Not my husband.
Maybe at the after party. I don't know.
But I love how you pause to think about it.
Think about it. Don't be picking up those balloons, kids, and tossing them. No water balloon fight.
Okay, wait. Ryan and Bottles.
I know.
This is a firecracker fizz. We got 30 seconds. Tell us what we're about to do, Kathy. 30 seconds.
The drink is firecracker fizz. It's clear liquor or Prosecco or white wine, and you put the cherry bomb popsicle that we all know, red, white, and blue, in. No mixers needed. No bartending skills. And this is the drink, people.
All right.
Thank God I didn't do it.
Yes, we didn't put an eye out. We put a light out.
We won't be employed by Monday, but at least we had fun.
I'm not paying for it. And look, guys, it changes color. Cheers.
Cheers.
We'll be right back with this morning's top stories, but first, here's a look at your 7-day forecast for the week ahead.